Welcome back to Golden Eagle Sports Report. Let's check out what the Marquette women were up to last week.
Sounds good to me. The Lady Eagles had one game last week. How did they do? On October 25th, the Marquette women's soccer team pummeled the Providence Friars by a score of 4-0. The Eagles were led by senior midfielder Alex Heffron, who scored 2 goals back-to-back to open up the scoring. Sophomore forwards Ashley Handwerk and Darian Powell added on a couple of tallies in the first half to put Marquette up 4-0 in the half. Both goalies, Amanda Engel and Sophie Schunk, got some playing time, combining for 7 saves and a shutout.
After the big win at Providence, Marquette is now 4th in the Big East standings with a 5-2-1 record in conference play. DePaul currently sits atop the standings, but St. John's is right on their heels as they are only a point behind. The Big East regular season crown will be decided on Halloween when the Blue Demons play host to the Johnnies. The Golden Eagles will try to finish the regular season on a high note as they travel to Indianapolis to play the Butler Bulldogs on Friday. All right, staying with the Marquette women, they also received some awards of their own. Alex Heffron was named as the Big East Offensive Player of the Week. The senior forward had 2 goals on 5 total shots in the win over Providence. Teammate Amanda Engel was also recognized by the Big East as she made the weekly honor roll for the conference. Engel, a junior goalkeeper, registered 5 saves en route to her 7th shutout of the season. Now let's check out what the analysts have to say about the Lady Golden Eagles.
Alex Heffron was just named Big East Offensive Player of the Week. She had 2 goals in Marquette's win over Providence. Heffron just had 3 career goals at Marquette entering the match. What has her performance done for the Golden Eagles?
Well, I think it gives them another weapon. She had some more firepower to the roster, especially with the all-important Big East tournament coming right around the corner. That's going to be big to have the transfer from Michigan State step up for the Lady Golden Eagles at the right time, and they had that 3-2 loss to DePaul, and she's exactly what they needed to get them back on track with those 2 goals going into that Big East tournament and give them another weapon.
You look at these games, the games that these Lady Golden Eagles play, they play these huge blowout games. They're not 1-0, they're not 2-1, they're 3-2, 7-2, 5-4. These games that they play, they score high. So when you get just another offensive threat, that's one more person that the defense has to keep an eye on. And eventually, they might lose track of someone important at some point. And when they do, that can be their golden opportunity to get that go-ahead or the equalizer if necessary.
I agree. I mean, it's great to have extra girls out there putting in a lot of work. I mean, being big names offensively makes us an even bigger threat, especially a giant win over Providence. That's really is good for their season. Another player excelling is Amanda Engels, who just notched her 7th shutout of the season, becoming a leader on the squad. As MU concludes the regular season and heads into the postseason, how has her goalkeeping put the Golden Eagles in winning results?
When I just said that these games blow out, but as we just said, 7 shutouts. I just made it sound like every single game, it's all offense, no defense. When they win, they typically win big, 3-0, 4-0. And when Engel steps up and plays where she needs to, she can just get herself in front of the ball, doesn't let it behind the goal, and she just completely shuts off the other team. And, you know, heartbreaking loss, 3-2 to DePaul recently. But most of those games aren't like that, and so if she steps up her effort and plays against those higher-end teams the way she played against teams like DePaul, then maybe that might be the difference.
You know, I really like what you said about how they lose or win big. They've been almost bipolar with their defense this year. They've given up 19 goals total this year, and I think she's going to boost the morale defensively with how well she's playing. Again, Big East tournament right around the corner. They'll need her to step up and play good defense if this team wants to succeed and really solidify the defense and allow them to be successful in the Big East tournament. After all, defense is a very important part of the game.
Oh, definitely. And her recent performance suggests that she has been doing better. She's been recording more shutouts lately and allowing less goals.
Right. I mean, I can't even tell that they really lost to DePaul. They're doing so great in this last game. Holy cow.
Oh, yeah.
The Lady Golden Eagles have their last game at Butler. They have claimed a berth for the Big East tournament. Just how big is this game?
Well, I don't think it's they're already guaranteed a top 4 spot in the Big East tournament, so I don't think it's that important. I think they can use this game to work on some of their strategy and just work out with some players and get their chemistry going and build on for the Big East tournament, which is right around the corner. That's what they need to work on, as that's the most important thing right now. playing well in the Big East tournament and getting themselves to the NCAA tournament.
It's very true. I'm gonna have to disagree with you, though. I do feel, I feel as though soccer is a game where if you get too short-sighted and look too far ahead, and that's been the bane of Marquette soccer as a whole.
That's true.
You know, there was a year I can recall in my recent memory where they were doing phenomenally and predicted to at least hit the Final Four, and they dropped their first game to Northwestern because they didn't even pay attention to them, and next thing you know, they're going home with sullen looks on their faces. Obviously, it's not the same weight as that game, but I do feel like you have to mentally prepare yourself for each game equally. And granted, as I just said, it's not as important. However, if you can just mentally do what you need to.
All right.